Please select a mission. Unit dispatched. Heading to FOB. Deploying.
Well, I don't really know how this is gonna go because I tried hitting this guy earlier and it did not work out, unfortunately. But, you know, can always try again. And, you know, I already gave this guy a wormhole, so at this point I have nothing left to lose, you know? I just got, like, really screwed because earlier there's so much shit happening. Okay, he's already dead. See, that's not a fun noise. I don't think, I mean, okay, this guy is online, but I don't think he's in the game. Because otherwise... Jesus. Fucking UAVs. What are you doing, bro? This is significantly better than I was doing earlier. Then again, that could go sideways very, very quickly, unfortunately. And it doesn't help that this guy has snipers with almost, ow, unlimited range. I'm gonna die here. No, no, I'm not. No, I'm not. I say that. That doesn't mean it's gonna happen. Yeah, if this game wasn't stupid, I would have had my sneaking suit upgraded forever ago. But I don't, because this game, it just, I don't know. What am I trying to say? You need to sit here and grind for like 30 trillion years in order to have a reasonable amount of progress, which is absurd. Because you need your, you need your support, or I don't think it's intel. You need your intel unit to be something like level 130, which is like realistically not that high. Like that's not terrible, considering how easily you can get good staff. But it's also just like, damn, bro. For some reason, and I'm not making this up, swear to God, when your units get staff members put into them, I don't know, it's just weird because they take, when people can get out of your FOB brig, they're just like, they don't go where you need them to go, is what I'm trying to say. Like, they just go to the units that need the help the least. Like, they go to like R&D and combat, and those are usually pretty high level anyway. So it's like, what's the point of that? I should really bring my smoke grenades. Ah, shit. I don't think this guy's showing up. With my luck, he's gonna wait 30 years and either show up at the last moment, or he's going to just screw me over and wait for me to be offline and then, you know, hit me overnight when I'm not paying attention. I've really considered, like, leaving my computer on overnight, but I really value my sleep, and I don't like to fuck it up. So that's not really a good idea. It's not really something that I want to do. I do that every time. It's so weird how your aim point is like... Don't fucking do that, I swear to God. Bro. This really sucks. Ow. And she's not dead, bro. Fucking hell. Dude! Oh my... Why did that guy not die? Holy shit. I got so cucked there. Fucking hell. Ugh, that's annoying. That's gonna make for a really funny clip, though. I hate, like, being, like, super, like, exuberant on stream because I just feel like I sound like an idiot. And nobody's attacking me because this game is dead as a doornail for some reason. I don't get it. Well, you know, it's just my it's just my time zone, I know. It's just annoying. It's like, dude, can we play? Can we have anybody show up and do anything, please? And then when they do show up, it's always at like the worst possible time. I'm sure I have a ton of wormholes, at least like 3 or 4 open right now. But yeah, those grade 11s, dude, they really get you. This guy's base is gonna be, yeah. Online. That's not even remotely worth it. See, this is what I'm talking about. Look at this shit. It's so stupid. So I go here. I look at my sneaking suit. 124. And let's keep in mind, I've had the grade 7 sneaking suit since I've had like 1 FOB. I don't know what the level requirement is for this one, but I don't think it's terrible. And then you go here, and it's like 124. For instance, my intel team is 119. This is the thing, is that it always prioritizes combat, R&D, security, and guess base dev. I guess it just fills them out in that order. But basically what that means is that your support and your intel units get fucked. They just get screwed over. And you can't get staff members into there no matter what you do. And also I don't have the precious materials for it. Even when I had enough, like... Even when I had enough capacity for it, if I took too many people out of my R&D unit, which was my highest, it would lower that, and then I wouldn't be able to develop it because the R&D level would be too low. And it takes like 10 years to develop anyway. Yeah, so I don't blame people for modding because, yeah, this shit sucks. But, you know, it also warrants, you know, reiterating that it has a larger impact on the game than people realize. This guy needs to lose his blockade. I hit him, like, he hit me, and then he instantly had a blockade, and I was like, are we dead ass? I don't know if that was intentional or if that just happened, but today has just been, like, really frustrating for me, at least on this game. I don't even know why I'm streaming. I have absolutely nothing to do. Like, none of these bases are worth attacking because they're all, like, level 40 or something. 20, 50. And that's my friend, so I'm not going to attack him, obviously. And nobody's bothering to play the game anyway. I was really hoping that this game would get more of a resurgence as the summer went on, but we're not really there yet. You know, we need Master Collection Volume 2 to drop, and then we have our grand revival of sorts.
Heading to FOB.
Thing I'm gonna do is I'm really just gonna train on this base because this is a good base for it.
Deploying.
And realistically, it was kind of stupid to go for that nuke base anyway, because if that guy had showed up for PvP, I would have been so screwed. I'm considering switching my security back to snipers because I'm really sick of not getting wormholes to people. I do think, like, close range guards are, I don't know, they serve a purpose, but they're just like, the logic that I have in using them is that they're not common. People don't use them usually. So what that does is that throws well, it's designed, let me specify. It's designed to deter stealth players, right? But that really doesn't make a difference because number one, stealth people usually only hit like 2 different platforms. Like, they basically never hit anything other than medical, R&D, and sometimes combat, but even that one's usually not common. I love how I zoomed out before that shit even hit his face. That should have landed. I was gonna say there's a dude up here. I don't know what his deal is. Really moved. Good dog. I really, well, I don't know. I've debated upgrading the riot pistol, but I kind of feel like I don't need to. Like, it's pretty, You know something I've never checked? Literally not once. Wait a minute. Why do I... Oh my god, I'm actually kind of stupid. Every time I see this guy's base on occasion, and I like it's doing stealth on it because it's a level 78 base, and you can find it on the random tab really easily. But this version of combat doesn't let you have mines in the middle here, so it's literally so free. And I don't know why I never go underneath the bridge. Usually what I do is I go on the top, which is fine, but it kind of wastes time because you have to get past the, why did this guy wake up? Go back to bed. Darn. This, I swear, this fog is like the bane of my existence. If they have battery vaporizers, it literally makes the game, well, it's not unplayable, but it's significantly more difficult, which is not fun in the slightest, as you could probably guess. Hi there, I see you. One of the things that I was so hung up on for so long was the use of like Nocto and those kinds of drugs, because I don't know, I just felt like they were unfair. Like the Pentasmin I would usually just forget to use it. It wasn't even like I didn't like using Nocto because it felt like wall hacks, and I was like, "Oh, but that's too unfair," and this, that, and the other. I was kind of a snob about it, which in reality was also like it's a non-issue, to be totally honest, is what I'm trying to say. Where are you going? Can't just run the other direction then, that's fine. Are we dead ass? Come on. That one. That one. Over here. Combat is actually really, really nice for ghosting, because this one specifically, sometimes combat can kind of be sucky. I see you. There should be another guy coming from that direction. And I don't think he's gonna go to sleep. Yeah, he's literally not gonna move. Sucks. Two shots, and yeah, that guy's not moving. Oh, I'm so good at this game. This one's annoying because he has mines up the ass here. Can I hit this? Sort of. Getting close. Just a little more. There we go. Yeah, this one is a good challenge because it has mines all along the stairs, which is super annoying, but it forces you to like lock the fuck in realistically. And everybody's, so there's one there and there's one on that bridge, I think. I was trying to ghost this guy at one point and I got so fucked because I hit the mine down there by the dang fire canister or whatever it is, the gas canister. That wasn't so bad. Why do I remember that being significantly harder? Whatever. We'll never know how much espionage I get because it doesn't track that in this training mode. Yeah. I think that was good practice. I should... I kind of should do some other... What? Well, this guy is in-game. Can I justify this? Yeah, sure, why not?
Please select a mission.
Oh, and he has mid-range. This is going to be a walk in the park. This is probably going to be unfair because this guy's probably not going to know what he's doing, but... Wait.
Deploying.
Anyway.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff from them.
One of the things I think I find the funniest about this game is how... I don't know. Everything in this game is like... There's like a rule set for everything, right? Which, like... I guess what I mean is just like... Everybody expects everybody to play the game a certain way. And... A lot of times, that doesn't happen. Where are you going? Stop.
Analysis.
Oh, sweet. Yeah, I'll take that.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Okay, I'm wasting shots here. There we go. Not one of my better examples of being able to hit those, but... Where are you going? Stop. Stop. I swear to God, if I shoot the fucking stun grenade when I mean to use the Hand of Jehudi, I'm gonna be so pissed. I do that like, well, I don't do it all the time, but it happens a lot more often than you'd think. Super annoying too.
He's coming too. Roger that.
This guy is almost certainly either directly or indirectly modding his staff, which I guess I'm guilty of that too. Seriously, that wasn't the right guy? Man, fuck. What do you think you're doing? I'm gonna die. These staff. Oh my, I'm dead. Oh, he's dead. I was like, can I, throw you into the floor, please? Is there somebody else around here? He's on the other side. I don't really want to waste that sleep grenade, but... Bonk. If this guy doesn't show up, I'm gonna be a little surprised. What the fuck is he talking about some, oh, I'm in game, and then they just don't show up? Like, come on, dude. I know this isn't really everybody's forte, and I know that this guy's probably doing something related to the story, potentially. But, come on. I don't know, how long should I wait? Maybe I'll wait until 15 minutes. I hit him twice, by the way. That's cool. That should have been enough to kill him. Unless he was like a tough guy, which really would have screwed me, but whatever. Oh my god. Literally overstimulation. It's actually so, like, I don't know, this layout is so cool to me because you can just see the whole thing. This is such a bad layout for nuke defense and for, I guess, defenders in general. Because if you're, I mean, if you're the defender, you can also basically see everything on the entire FOB. But it's just like, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Yeah, this guy is almost certainly doing something story related, but he has one FOB and all of his staff are S rank. Yeah, okay, sure, buddy. And the thing that's crazy to me is that's not even that good of like a that's not even that good of a upgrade. Like, it's really not as good as you'd think. Because the way I see it, no matter how many S++ people you get, you're still sort of gatekept by the fact that you have to build more FOBs. And that itself can sort of be alleviated by cheating resources. But it's also not perfect at the same time. You still have to sit through the like 30 years that it takes those things to develop. So it's like you're helping yourself, but like, I don't know. I'd really be interested to figure out how much it cuts down the grind actually. I really shouldn't be stealing this guy's staff because his base is so low. But it's also like, the fuck do you expect me to do? They're all S++, like, come on. Although it would really suck if this guy if this guy was banned, but I don't think he is. I didn't really look close enough, I'll be honest. Seriously? Yeah, I do find it kind of funny when you ask where the others are, because sometimes that's a redundant question.
Subject on board. Leave the rest to us.
Yeah, and everybody heard that, by the way. That makes so much sense. There we go. It's a little funny to me how you can teleport them from such a long distance. Oh my god, and I was so ready to... Bro, get over here, damn. Is this guy up here? Yoink. Yeah, that makes sense. The game is actually held together with fucking band-aids and dreams, dude. Where do you think you're going? And you. Nah, you know what? One thing I actually do want to talk about that is somewhat relevant to, I guess, my personal life is the fact that video game companies are so horrendously mismanaged these days. And I'm not talking about developers. I'm talking about, like, the executives. Now, let me be clear. I'm not saying that, you know, video game execs are, like... I mean, I think all executives of corporations are shitty in the first place. Like, I have an innate dislike of corporations. What the f... Bruh, where is this guy? I was able to teleport that guy through the wall, but not the other one? That makes 0 sense. Where the fuck? Okay. I guess. But yeah, video game companies are horrendously mismanaged. It's actually really sad. Like, you have these executives who make millions year over year, whether through their actual paychecks or just the stock options they have or whatever it might be. They make crazy money. They pay their executives so much for their executives to just fuck over the entire company. And that's what pisses me off. And it's the company, but it's also the customer base, the player base as well. Konami is an excellent example because they're just like, yeah, let's make every bad decision we possibly can. I think I'll do this guy a mercy and I won't core him. But then again, it probably doesn't matter to him considering the fact that, like, nah, you know what, maybe I will. I don't know. I don't really feel bad about it because his base is not supposed to have S++ like that. Alright, that'll do. But just watch, I'm gonna get back and somebody's gonna have, like, quiet rushed me or some bullshit. Yeah. But I hate the way that video game companies function nowadays because it's just like every week it's somebody doing something that's horrible for their company, you know? Every week it's either, you know, Sony or fucking Activision or Rockstar or somebody. I mean, okay, I guess some of those people are not, some of those companies are not as bad as others, but it's just, And I don't want to be unfair,
Distraction
but it
plus
really does feel like across the board, video game companies are run by like the same 3 people with the same 12 brain cells, you know, with the I should say shit with a shared amount of 12 brain cells.
Boss, the rival PF knows
Because it's like I look at this stuff and like, yeah, I'm a consumer, I'm not an executive, I have different priorities and different things that I want out of these companies, but it's like at the end of the day, the main thing that you want is for them to succeed and be, you know, profitable in some sense so that they can continue providing you with the products that you like. But then they go about and they do things that are just so fundamentally ass backwards that you're like, how does one even conceive of this? How do you even and a lot of the time it's a self-fulfilling prophecy. A lot of the time they're like, okay, we're going to make this executive decision, we're going to make this administrative decision in order to drive up profits. And then what it does is it has the exact opposite effect. And then they're like, oh crap, we can't sustain this. So then what do? Well, they fire their workers, they fire their employees. And then they make even less money because, of course, the workers make the company, you know. Wadi, what's up? I think I recognize you. I think I've seen you before. Yeah, it must have only been a couple of times, but I think I recognize you. Yeah, I actually that is kind of what I was referencing a little bit because I did see something about that, about how they're like laying off a shit ton of their employees. And but my point is like it's a negative feedback loop. They fire their employees, they can't make good products, they don't make money, or like I said, they either start out with they usually start out with some ass backwards policy where they're like, you know, we're cutting the budget of all of our games in order to make more money. Not even because they're losing money, but sometimes they'll just do that to make more money. And then, yeah, then they're like, okay, crap, this game that we're making with a lower budget, it comes out, it fails inevitably because it's either garbage or it's just not um it's either garbage or it's not good enough to maintain a consistent presence in the industry, in the gaming world. And so it dies after like a year or two, right? And then they're like, oh damn, what do we do? Well, okay, we're losing money, we can't make money. And then what do? They immediately are like, let's cut our workers, let's dock their pay, let's lay off some of them. And then you end up with less workers to make the game, which you know, maybe that's kind of irrelevant. Maybe the game would be shit regardless of how many workers you had on it and regardless of how many employees you had on it. But I would say the more people you have on it, the more ability there is for there's more potential for the product to be better. And like I said, you know, the employees are the people that make the company. It's not the executives that make the company, because genuinely anybody can be an executive. Like, it's all that's standing in your way is experience and a degree, you know. They want, I don't know. When I look at, I don't know what people want out of gaming executives. I don't know what boards. This is like weird that I'm talking about like corporate culture in the middle of like playing a video game, but like, I don't know. I like talking about things that piss me off, and this is one of them. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's just a cycle of garbage, and that's why we have so many games coming out year after year after year that are just bad. It Yes, it is bad when things get complicated, but I would argue that complications come from the culture itself, not necessarily from um the people. That's what I would argue. I would argue that complications come from culture and come from the structure rather than the people themselves. Because in my eyes, in my experience, which to be fair isn't a whole lot, but in my experience working at the jobs that I have, people function best when they're given the autonomy to know the task that they have to do and then perform it, right? If you have somebody breathing down your neck, nobody wants that, one. Now, that's not to say that being super hands off is a good idea, because yeah, you do need to make sure that shit's getting done. But I believe that the culture of so many businesses nowadays is so strictly hierarchical. And again, it's not about making a good product anymore. It's about making money. Because video games are an industry. And that's why, this is the thing that's funny to me is MGS5 is probably the most corporate Metal Gear game, well, other than Delta, but it is the most corporate Hideo Kojima Metal Gear game is what I'll say. And it's not great. It itself fell victim to corporate bullshit. It itself fell victim to corporate culture in that it was unfinished in this, that, and the other. Not to say that it was entirely Konami's fault, because it wasn't. That's a really funny emblem. You just know this guy played the game in 2015 and never again. Omega lol. That's like, people don't say that anymore. That's kind of funny to me. But yeah, I personally think that the focus is not on a good product anymore. And like I was trying to say here is that this game, Kojima obviously was tapped out at this point. I mean, you can look it up. You can hear him out of his own mouth be like, I'm doing this for the fans. He'd said that multiple times, I believe. Maybe not about this game, but about basically every Metal Gear game after 2. He was like, I'm just doing this because people want me to do it. People want me to do it. And also, Konami stood to make a lot of money, and they weren't about to let go of their cash cow, of course.
Please specify a project.
But anyway, yeah, this game itself fell victim to corporate culture, and the product that we got is not terrible, but it could have been a hell of a lot better. I don't know. I guess what I would say is just, and why does that take 6 days? Yeah, I don't know. Like, all of these ones, these take, like, I really should just develop all of these. Budgets are way too high. Product has no appeal. Product has to appeal as many people as possible. Quality is irrelevant. Yeah, I would agree. I mean,
Please select a landing.
and not to be too general, but I do feel like the entertainment industry in general, whether that be video games, whether it be movies, whether it be TV shows, it's all gone downhill. And I don't know how to talk about this without sounding like a boomer, because I grew up on technology. I'm Gen Z. I grew up on computers, and I didn't really have, I really only had like a computer when I was a kid. I didn't really have a phone until I was like well into my teenage years. That wasn't really that was mostly just like how my family operated rather than how the did I lose biomaterials? Seriously? I guess not, because I just gained them all back, but anyway. Entertainment in general has just gone out the window. And like I was saying, I'm not saying it's technology's fault. I'm not saying, because technology has given us some really awesome stuff in terms of entertainment products, obviously. But
Analysis.
for all of the good stuff that it gives us, it also gives us a lot of bad stuff at the same time. And in my humble opinion, this all comes back to corporate interests and the pursuit of profit rather than quality. You know, the focus is on making money because, and this is the thing. This is kind of insane to me. But when you really break it down, I think when you look at that how entertainment works nowadays, or just society in general, America specifically, we're so hung up on making money. We're so hung up on profit because profit is the key to not only survival but to a better life in general. But this is the thing, is that profit doesn't guarantee quality. And that's not meant in the sense of from a business standpoint. That's meant from an individual standpoint. If you make a lot of money as a person and you have the ability to furnish a wealthy lifestyle, that doesn't guarantee that your lifestyle is going to be a quality one. That doesn't mean that, you know, if you have the ability to pay for the best TVs and the best streaming services and the best movies, and if you can go, you know, if you can have all of the entertainment products that you want, that doesn't guarantee that they're going to be good, you know? Like, hell, I could reference my Steam library. I'm not really an affluent person myself. I'm quite the opposite, I would say. But my Steam library is still at least like 200 games deep. And I'm not saying all of those are bad. A good amount of them are 135. So almost there. We're going to break that 150 mark eventually. To be fair, that is a shared library. But between me and the person that I share my Steam library with, 135 games between two people. And I would say about like 80% of them I've never touched. Maybe even more than that. And it's kind of funny because my Steam library is like the epitome of like a wealth inequality, where like 20% of my games have like 90% of my playtime. But the point that I'm trying to make is that not all of those games in my library are good, and the fact that I have the ability to buy all of them is irrelevant because, again, not all of them are going to be good. And so I think that the pursuit of profit over quality in a general sense is pretty misguided, I would say. Or at least the pursuit of profit in order to obtain a comfortable lifestyle is short-sighted. Not saying that, you know, having money isn't going to make your life better, because it definitely will. I'm not trying to say that money isn't going to make your life better, because it 100% will. But it gets to a point. It gets to a point where now you have the means to entertain yourself with whatever you want. Now you have the means to have all of the things, but all of the things are designed to capture your attention and your money. The products that you're buying are intended to they're made to be bought. They're made for profit for the people selling them and making them. And again, what ends up happening here is and now I have to stop ranting because I have to like genuinely focus because I'm doing this. But the products that you're being sold are not of good quality because the point is no longer quality, the point is profit. So it's another sort of negative feedback loop where you're like, oh, I want to make money so that I can have the things that I like. But the things that you like are not always going to be of good quality. They're not always going to be worth your time. They're not always going to be worth your money. And I think the sunk cost fallacy is an extraordinarily powerful force in our world today. Essentially, if you really want to boil this down, I guess I'm just an opponent of like I'm just opposed to massive amounts of consumerism and just like unchecked consumption. Because again, the people at the top recognize that the consumer is willing to pay for whatever they can, the consumer is willing to pay whatever price in order to have some kind of a stimulating experience. And whether that experience is stimulating in a good way or a bad way is irrelevant. Whether that product is worth the price is irrelevant to the executives, to the... Okay. This is gonna get me spotted. Whether that product is worth the price is irrelevant to the executive, because again, all they care about is the money. I feel like I'm talking in circles at this point, probably because I am. So I do apologize. But this is like the only time I've genuinely had any kind of like, I don't know. I don't usually think this much about business and consumerism and whatnot. I don't know. It just kind of occurred to me because I was thinking about the Bungie thing, and I was thinking about how this game got the short end of the stick in pretty much every sense of the word. And I was like, yeah, I understand how this happens and where this comes from. Yeah, I do feel bad because, you know, the relationship between like streamer and chat is supposed to be like, you're supposed to, you know, be having a conversation at least as much as you can in a situation like this, because, you know, that is a bit difficult when people are only able to talk. People are only able to talk via typing, because that's, you know, significantly slower than talking. I just feel like I was yammering at a wall, but... Yeah, here I am feeling bad about not listening to other people's... Not having a functional conversation in an online scenario. That's how much I overthink social interactions.
You're just gonna like...
Just watch, I'll hit that shot eventually. Yeah, and this is the thing. I think in a general sense, maybe this is a bit too... maybe this is too much of a generalization, but I do think that there is a significantly larger emphasis being placed on, like... or just more criticisms of corporatism and consumerism. I think there's more of that. There's more of a, Elden Ring's company shareholders are mad that the game doesn't have microtransactions. Yeah, I'm sure they are. I would not doubt that shit for a second. Yeah, I don't really know what the statistics are, I suppose, on the, actual... I don't know what the statistics are on people being critical of corporate culture and stuff like that, but I feel like there's been a larger push towards that. I feel like people are really starting to get fed up with the way corporations work nowadays, and the fact that, again, they seemingly have no regard for the people that they're selling to. Because, you know, and this is the thing, at the end of the day, you know, one person is not going to be able to do everything. One person is not going to be able to bring something like a video game, a AAA video game, to life just by themselves. It's just, that's impossible. Businesses at their core are cooperative alliances of people, if I could dumb it down that much. You can, yeah. I don't usually do it, and I don't like doing it right now just because my sleep pistol doesn't really have a lot of ammo. I probably should develop the next level, but I really don't want to. I should, damn it, man. I really need to, like, actually be doing stealth on bases, but none of these bases are worth doing stealth on. 50, 51, 45. I like, ugh. This is what I meant when I said I had nothing going on today. It's so funny because what I usually do is I prioritize when I go into my this bothers me so much about this game specifically is when you go into your random list to support people, you can't see their actual like FOB, you can't see the security level because this, in my opinion, the security level is the most important thing. The higher the security level, usually the higher quality the indirect wormholes are going to be. Because again, look at these people. 25, 50, they're like not worth ghosting at all. It would just be unfair. It would just be stupid. And I mean, in general, there aren't really a ton of high-level bases in the random tab in the first place. It's so weird how people seem to like 83, and look at the number of victories. Like it's, I mean, this guy had a lot. But the base level, I think it really just kind of goes to show how shitty the grind is in this game. Because people's base security level here kind of taps out at like 50-ish. Sometimes you get some that are high. Let's see, it's okay, 75, 60. See, now we're getting some higher level ones. But these are like kind of once in a blue moon, to be honest. They don't show up very often, is at least what I'm trying to say. Oh, this guy has, like, custom mines. That's sick. I love that. 43. So that's... Or does... Yeah, I guess it does.
Into FOB.
Yeah, we'll do this one. Why not? I don't know. What was I talking about? Corporations suck.
Deploying.
Profits over people kind of thing. Yeah. The game stuff aside, that doesn't really matter. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. I don't know I don't know why the bases are so low level in the first place. I mean, I guess people just really rather to do infiltrations than base defense because again, the entirety of base defense just comes down to grinding materials and staff and then waiting 30 years for the actual like, you know, security devices and battle dress and guns to develop so that your people can use them, which obviously nobody wants to sit around and wait for. I don't know for sure, but I feel like on PlayStation they have a bit of a better quality when it comes to their... So glad that didn't hit the wall behind him because I hate it when that happens. This is going to be, well, I shouldn't say easy because that's not really a, stop moving. Oh, you beat my score, nice. What was that, the 163? How did you manage to do that? I'm interested to hear. You're going to have a video about it? I can't hit any of those guys. They're all behind the... 170, nice. Was that without like destroying anything, or was that like... That's gonna cover the camera, right? And if it doesn't, I'm screwed, but... Yeah, I've never gotten a score that high, at least not by doing what I'm doing. I think I do... I don't know. I see people doing the, like, you know, the stealth PvP. And I mean, I like stealth PvP, to be clear. But when people do, like... PV or when they do like stealth, but you like destroy stuff. I don't know. I'm not really a fan of that just because it's too risky for me. It's a lot riskier to get spot. Well, I mean, see, I guess that's why it's so popular. Well, I don't know how popular it is really, but I guess that's why people do it, because it is kind of high risk, high reward type deal. You know, if you destroy stuff and then a defender shows up, you really have to be on your A game there. But I always just like never sending a defender alert when I do this stuff, because to me, in my opinion, you have to rely on getting headshots alone for your espionage score, and that, in my opinion, is significantly more skillful than being able to blow shit up, because it forces you to play smart, in my opinion. You're not able to just, you know, you're not able to just, again, blow everything up. You have to actually pay attention to what you're shooting, because it could be, you know, sometimes it's fine, but other times you can be in a pretty bad situation. Is that everybody that I can see? Oh. Turn around. Not like that. See, and since this game is incredible, that shot passed right through him because he wasn't rendered. Bang. Bang. That was really nice. I cannot lie. I need this guy to, like... Perfect. Bro. Bro! Jeez, it's not hard. Can I get 10 tacticals? Maybe not. I wonder where that guy's looking. This is... Oh, come on. Rip that ass. It is kind of funny that I'm like so into the ghost play style, because I was never really like that whenever I played the other games. I was always much more of like... I feel like when I played the other games, I kind of didn't really give that much of a shit. It's on the team channel? Which one is that? Ah, okay. I'll have to, take a look at that then. Highest ghosting espionage score. 157's not. Put this on 2 times speed because I have a short attention span. Yeah, I'm assuming you were using like a 2 times staff member there, which would almost certainly give you a higher score than me, no matter what I could do about it. I think one of the things that I do that's probably not helpful in terms of getting me espionage points is I usually just like bypass the entire fourth deck. I usually just sort of run past all that, because the spawn invincibility sort of lets you do that. Um, but in general, yeah, if you're using a 2-time staff member, that's definitely going to get you more points. And there's the little bit extra. You can't post anything on your main YouTube. Well, that sucks. You got the little bonus from not having a proper outfit on. No, man, you got really lucky there that you didn't get spotted because you the stupid dive roll thing that happens occasionally, that's really annoying. I hate that. Yeah, this is the thing is I don't know. I mean, I'm only like halfway through this video, to be totally honest. Certainly a lot of yeah, no, see, I can see this. I can see this. Yeah. Headshots. Yeah, I think if I were to use like if you were to use a 2-time staff member and you were to get the 20-ish headshots and like 10 tactical takedowns, that would most likely get you about I mean, shit, I could probably just take one of my scores. I could probably just take my high score and total up the points, and then instead of a 1.97, I bet I could do that. Because what's the difference between... I'm going to figure this shit out right now. Hang on. 0.003. So it's like a... So that would be like a... Can't be right. There's probably a math equation that you could do to do this, because I'm trying to figure out the difference between Blue Salamander and like a 2-time staff member. It's a difference of 0.3 or 0.03. And the score that I got, I would just have to sort of multiply a little bit more. Using a grade 11 gun is kind of funny. See, I use grade 8. The Trank Sniper is grade 8, which is kind of pointless because the only thing it does is increases like the trank damage, and that does absolutely nothing for you if you're just if you're on like a lethal base. It's completely worthless. John, I don't know. I think John used like grade 9 or something, or maybe he used grade 8 or 7. I don't even really know. I'm really sad that he quit, to be honest, but he is correct in that there's like literally nothing else to do. Yeah, so I mean, considering this video, I'm interested to see, because you are planting the C4 on all of the fuck, you know what I'm talking about, the AA guns. So I'm not sure, because and that would obviously give you an extra bonus, but yeah, I do think that even with, yeah, you'd get a bonus from the sensors and from the AA guns, which is quite a lot. Let's see the final results here. Yeah, 2 times. Okay, that's fair. Yeah, that's a really good score. That is a really good score. I mean, yeah, you beat me by like what, 7,000? Because I was at 163, you got 170. Yeah, it's about 7,000. 1.0. Yeah, okay. So 163,000 times 1.03 would get me up to 167. Interesting. Interesting if I used a 2-time staff member. And I don't have one of those. What I really want is I want a 2-time staff member that functions exactly like Salamander, but I don't think there is one. At least I can't get one. Like there's ways that you could do it, but for me I think it would just kind of come down to the luck of the draw in terms of getting one randomly. Yeah, I suck at math. That goes to show you how oh my god, this is almost done. Holy shit. Until algebra. That's a weird thing. Is like algebra is like, I hated algebra, but I hate all math. And I felt like algebra was like low-key not that bad to be totally honest. But it was just like, I don't know. I still hated it. There were some bits and pieces of, I don't know who maths X is, and yeah, hilarious. There's like certain concepts in algebra that I'm like, yeah, that's fine. Like the basic idea of algebra of like, you know, eliminating the variables and then like solving the equation. Like that's not that bad, but I think what it came down to was like you would end up having to do like I don't know. Every test you took would be like, okay, here's like 5 different concepts and they all have different equations that you have to do. You're gonna be a senior now. Nice. You're almost done. Almost out of there. I don't know. One of the classes that I took that I didn't even really hate that much, but was still kind of sucky, was statistics. Now, to be fair, it was like elementary statistics, so it was like the easiest version. But that was genuinely all that really came down to was algebra. But what usually ended up happening is you would get like it was just a lot of word problems, and you had to figure out how everything. Number one, you had to figure out how it fit together, and then you would have to be like, okay, you plug it into this equation, but then this equation also has like 13 different variations. It wasn't really that many, but you get what I'm saying. This didn't edit my gun properly, I don't think. Okay, I guess it did. Just can't see it very well. Yeah, okay. That skin is like no different from the other one that I had. If I didn't point it out, you wouldn't know it was any different. But anyway. Damn, I was really kind of counting on somebody to come after this nuke. Not happy about that. Nobody's showing up. Yeah, this is the issue that you run into when you have people that when you're at a high level in this game, it's just nobody wants to play against you. Yeah, I don't know. I do think in general the only caveat that I'll say about that video is that if you're going and I kind of mentioned this earlier, but I didn't really expand on it. But if you're going by the rules of ghosting, you aren't technically allowed to destroy anything. But I would still say that I don't think it really matters because you were already at the core by the time that you blew everything up. So it was like there was no way that you were going to get... There was no way a defender was going to show up in that short of time, you know? I should really see if there's just like random bases that are decent. None of those are. Assuming none of these are either. It's kind of funny because I can recognize when there are good bases in the random tab. I remember the names of a lot of the higher level ones. Just because since they're higher level, they usually stand out in my opinion. 75. And then you get this, and you get this stuff, and they're like mixed together, and it's like, what are we doing? So he's got custom mines. Go to my hometown of R&D. I really wish you could sort by... I guess technically you can. Salamander really the best I can do? That 0.03% is really giving me a fucking hard time here. Yeah, you know what? I kind of want to go on a treasure hunt now. I want to try to find someone that fits the criteria I need. Let me go here. I wonder what this guy's bonus would be. This guy has potential. As does this guy. Because this is the thing, is that if I use them, their bonus will... Their proficiency will go up and the bonus will decrease, right? So they can't be any higher than 2 times. I don't think that there's a... Man. I guess I could try someone like this guy.
Select unit. Staff assigned. Select heat staff assigned.
So what would that get me? I'm assuming that guy's at 2 times, right? It would kind of stand to reason. Because he's like D ranked. Huh. Okay, so there's that. But I can't, but his proficiency is just going to go down no matter what I do, right? So let's do some experimenting here. Direct contract. His skill is like pretty useless in terms of infiltrations, but we'll work with it, I guess. Because, you know, you'd think with how many staff members I have. But a lot of the staff members that I do have are specifically S++, so they're not good for anything. At least in terms of, give me a 78, come on. They're not good for getting more points because their grade is so high. Yeah, I don't know how this guy is going to work out because no matter what I do, his level is going to go down. And using him the first time is going to suck because he's going to be so slow. If I could just get a 78, man. See, now, I don't know for sure, but I think that I think if you got like a level 99 base, I don't think that would give you any more. I remember the one base, the omitted farming base on here. PC players know what I'm talking about. That base was like level 99 because it was cheated. But I don't think that you got like a good amount of espionage from that. I'm pretty sure it was like not good at all. For some reason, the level was so high, but the espionage that you got was like not reflective of that at all. It was like the complete opposite. Oh my god, I'm gonna be here forever. There's one base specifically that I really want to see in here, but it's gonna take a bit of time for me to find it, I think. Oh yeah? Yeah, I never noticed that for sure, because I only ever went for the, I usually only ever went for the 74. That's not bad. What is this guy? 73. It's like one level better. Are we serious? I only ever really went for the lower levels to get the staff. Is this like remotely worth it? Yeah, fucking why not? Alright, need this guy to prove himself. I need to give Salamander a rest. He's been doing too much. Maybe. I don't know. I appreciate the offer. I don't know. I don't really like doing friendly PvPs because I just feel like it's a waste of staff members and stuff. But I do appreciate the offer.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB. You can capture staff.
Oh, this is gonna be atrocious. Oh, this guy's gonna move at genuinely a snail's pace. Oh, that's cool. I bet somebody stole my nuke. And I never got the alert for it. Come on. Come on. There we go. Yeah, I mean, if you're willing to deal with the guards not being able to have their levels reduced, you're more than welcome. I will certainly show up to defend. If you want to do it via training, that's fine. 245. Okay, interesting. Yeah, see, I don't remember his base being that good for espionage, but I don't know. He's been gone for a minute, so my memory's rusty. I will never forget that fucking base, dude. It was so goated. During 2x weeks, you could genuinely fill yourself up to the like online cap in like in no time at all. It was like the greatest thing ever. This mine setup is weird. I don't know what this guy's attempting to do. Really? You suck ass, bro. I hate it when they turn around like that. Top 10 most irritating things of all time. Turn around. I don't know for certain, but I think one of the things about lethal guards is that they have like a cowl on their face. Like the cowl, why did I say cowl? I meant collar. So if they like point their heads downward, sometimes you'll not be able to shoot them in the face because their head is pointed down and their collar is covering the bit of their face that you can hit them in. That sucks. Hi there. I love the fact that they slow down before they get to you. Those mines make absolutely no sense to me. Like, they're pointed, like, in the worst positions ever. I wonder if it was meant for, like, a different era. Maybe, you know, this base has probably been abandoned for, like, 20 million years. So it's very possible that the stealth meta was different when this setup was created. I have no idea. I'm just talking out of my ass at this point. He had already turned around, so I didn't even really need to do that, but whatever. Okay. To be fair, I have to smoke this camera now because I can't go right there. I have to go out more, which is... Dude. Boyfriend, over here. I have no idea what the point of this is. I guess it's... I think it is meant for stealth players. But you're leaving the entire rest of the bridge open to people moving in. So, makes... Can I hit this guy? Come on. No. Fuck you, man. Yeah, I guess I could see that. Where is everybody? If I were to throw a sleep grenade here, would it get to him?
Marker placed.
No, it will not. That's unfortunate. I think he's used up all of his mines at this point. I don't think that he can put them anywhere else. It's always a good idea to kind of keep track of... Because, like, this base has 51 mines, which means that, what, 12 of them are custom? So you can't... You can tell off the bat that they're custom because of, you know, what the actual thing says. I hear a UAV coming around. But anyway, yeah, and then so if you keep track of... You don't need to count, like, 12 individual mines. Ah, see? Yeah, but this guy can't mark anything. That's the thing, is I could have gotten so fucked here because this guy isn't able to mark any cameras or anything. I think he marked like one, but it was like in the worst, like it was like the most unhelpful marking of all time. It was like, why are we even here? It's like, what are we doing? So, what is this going to net me in terms of espionage and then in terms of proficiency increases?
Arrived at Mother Base.
Because this is the thing, is if they're, like, shitty enough, they will, like, not... They'll still stay 2 times, but they'll gain proficiency in good areas. 141, that's really not as good as I thought. I didn't have a ton of headshots, though. So it's like, whatever. But I gotta check his proficiency now, because depending on what happens, if he's, like I said, if he's shitty enough, he'll gain... Oh, I still have it. Cool. Oh, it's this guy. Please tell me he left a wormhole. Because this guy cored me earlier. I want to get my shit back from this dude. Bingo. We're so back, baby. Look at that, 25. We gotta get them boys back. Come on. Oh, okay. I think I'm gonna do it. I think I'm gonna do it on base dev.
To FOB.
Probably not an excellent idea, but... Okay, so wait, he's still 2 times, but he didn't gain anything. So... Alright, fuck it, we ball. Yeah, I think the proficiency is weird. It says proficiency increased significantly, but I think it only really applies after like a certain number of infiltrations. I don't remember how this guy got a wormhole to me, I'll be honest. It's possible it's an indirect because I opened like a shit ton of them. I'm not really going for espionage here, I'm just going for the core. I just need them boys back. I'm not going to get spotted. It's not going to happen. I'm going to be confident and I'm going to manifest the fact that this is going to go perfectly. See, he can mark a thing. He can mark a UAV. But, like, again... Okay, interesting strategy. Go to sleep. Interesting mind setup. I like that. You know, forces me to... This is the thing about mind setups, is that the best thing that they can do is put the entire base on alert, spot the best thing they can do is get the intruder spotted, right? The worst thing they can do is be completely pointless and useless and ineffective. And it's important. I need that guy to stand up before I attempt to cross. Nope. Don't do that. You fucking prick. Can you not, dude? You're not helping. I want your head hitbox over here. How difficult is that for you? I'm wasting so much fucking ammo. Yeah, I just had to move like a little to the left. It's whatever. Bro. Seriously? That was like so unnecessary, but I think I could technically walk. Nah, I'm not gonna fucking do that. We gotta be crafty here. I think I should be good. I mean, yeah, props to this guy. He got 25 on my staff in stealth, but he made the mistake of giving me a wormhole, so you know what that means. I did not check to see if he had custom mines. So I literally could just die at any time and I wouldn't fucking know. But again, best thing that a bridge block can do is get the intruder spotted. The worst thing they can do is be completely useless and ineffective. So the number one thing, the number one rule of thumb is that if you are going to do a bridge block, don't make it pointless. Make it actually do something. Now, and this is the thing, is that you can do that extraordinarily easily. Like, that shit is not hard at all. And so, what I will say is that there is an in-between area. Wait a minute, why was I like, oh, I don't know if he has custom mines. I fucking saw them. I'm losing it, bro. Oh my god. You get down. Let me see your beautiful face. That is indeed your good side, by the way. Ah, that fucking... There we go. I have to smoke that one. It's time to lock in. Ah, that's not good. See, if they ever do something like that, you're kind of fucked. If they ever start screaming like that, you're kind of fucked. Usually that only happens when you use a lethal attack, but they can freak out for literally any reason at all. Oh my god. Thank you. Jesus. Where are they all at? I need to get up on that guy. The essence of stealth is knowing if I was gonna be like ultra edgy and cool and like paraphrase Sun Tzu here, what I would say is the essence of stealth is knowing your enemy, specifically knowing their position. Like, genuinely, if you could simplify this game as much as possible. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it. So I'm kind of betting that this guy's going to have mines up near his core. I want that guy to go to sleep. That's not going to hit him. That, never mind. I really don't want to take any chances with this one. Because I stand to lose so much if I do. Yep, see, I knew it. Okay. Once again, it's really not my business, but personally, I do not agree with planting mines at your core, because that's just shitty to me.
Infiltration successful.
Okay. Yep. See, that makes sense. When they cough. Okay.
Arrived at Mother Base.
Oh, okay. 25 staff. Love that. Huge. I wonder what my score was. Rescue. Wow. Okay, see, that's interesting. Okay, so he did get like 17. But I wonder, where did the other ones come from? 8 of them were like kind of terrible. 8 of them were just S rank. One of them was an A+. That's weird. Whatever. 115. Well, that's just lovely. Fucking made him pay for that one. I felt good. Because I was so, like, I got cored at least twice. Did I get a blockade, by the way? Oh, no, I didn't. Well, that's weird. Did he, like, abort the mission or something? How did that happen? Actually, as a matter of fact. Nope.
Heading to FOB.
What does my proficiency look like now? I think it's 3 cores. I think it's 3 cores to get the boost in your stats. So if I can get like 1 more of those, that'd be great. What I really need to do is I need to compile a list of all of the random bases that are like at least level 60, anything level 70 up. Is what I really need to get on my supporting list, which, I don't know, maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing to get nothing but high level bases in your supporting list,
Deploying.
because sometimes people don't tend to attack those bases, but I don't know. It doesn't really matter a whole lot to me, I guess. I want as many high-level indirect wormholes as I can get. I want nothing but 60s and 70s in my indirect tab because I'm so tired of having people that suck. I'm so tired of having... Oh yeah, okay. Oh yeah, I'll have to actually find that one. How is that gonna work though? Because if he got banned, if he got kicked out like all the other Russians, how does he still have people that are attacking him? I mean, I'm assuming so. I mean, his main still has people that are attacking him because I've seen them in the indirect tab, but okay, yeah. See, and isn't that so shitty to me? Isn't that so shitty? They cut off your ability to play the game, but you keep all of your progress, you're just unable to access it. This is another thing that I could rant about if you really want to hear about it. And that is the fact that game developers are just actively... Game developers, but specifically executives and publishers, are just the worst kinds of people, not only to develop games, but also to maintain them, because what they do is they don't maintain them. They don't maintain them. They let the game run its course, and then when it's done with, they're just like, okay, bye, I'll never see you again. And then they can do stuff like this, where they boot people off the game, because of course you don't own the game. You own the license to play the game, but you don't own the game. You just own the... You own the ability to play it, which is, like, ridiculous, of course. Again, this goes back to my rant against consumerism and corporatism, where you're now able to own only the idea of the game. You're able to own the concept of it. Everything is just intangible. This is the thing. The more that people try to convince you that digitizing stuff is a good thing, the less you should believe them. And I'm not saying that digital media is bad, but number one, the aesthetic of it is much different. Like, it's so much nicer to have physical media just for the tactile, you know, the ability for you to feel something, the ability for you to actually hold something in your hands. Yeah, I mean, if you know of good FOBs that usually... Wow, how did I mark him? I mean, I did have the knocked out active, so that probably has something to do with it. But if you know of good FOBs that usually have people that attack them... But specifically, I'm looking for bases to do stealth on. Like, I like doing PvP, sure, but stealth is, of course, my... I don't know, I never really considered myself a stealth guy, but I don't know, I guess I really came into my element in this game, didn't I? I mean, that's what the fucking YouTube channel was built around, isn't it? Yeah, but anyway. Corporatism sucks because now you're not able to own anything. Again, you just own the idea of owning something. And again, the more... and a lot of the... Hold on. I lost my train of thought. Fuck. Yeah, the more they take physical stuff out of your hands, the more suspicious and the more opposed to it you should be. Because your entire, like, gaming library could just disappear overnight if the executives had their way. I'm not saying that they would do that, but it has happened. And it's, again, it's super shitty because they're just like, oh, you bought the license to this, you paid $80 for this. Now we're no longer going to let you access it because we just don't want you to. Yeah, wasn't... Oh, yeah, you're right. Because Metal Gear Survive is like, you have to have internet for that. Like, you cannot play the game offline. Which is absurd. Okay, yeah, I'll have to look into those bases then, because I really want people that... At the very least, I want people that are being actively attacked a lot of the time, which I know that Dimitri usually gets attacked a lot, regardless of whether he's playing or not, because of course we know he's not. Are my... No, I'm not auto-marking those. I'm so used to them getting auto-marked that I'm like gaslighting myself into believing that they are, but I don't think they are. Because that only happens if you're like S++ in base dev. And I don't even know, depending on what happens, the proficiency could increase like marginally in the S++. I don't know if it applies evenly. Is what I'm trying to say. So do you have people like find that base in the random tab and then like you're supporting it so they attack it and then you can defend? Is that what you're saying? Okay. That would make sense. Yeah, those E rank guards. I love those guys because they're so easy to beat. Okay, I getcha. 4X, how's it going? Yeah, I think I am just about reaching my time limit here. I know I haven't done a stream in a minute, but I had some extra time today, so I figured, you know, why not? But I think that I might be done after this one. Although that does depend on what the status of my base is when I get back. Yeah, see, the Distinguished Service Medal. They have to get that. I should support this guy because his base is relatively high-leveled. 135, still with the 2 times. Yeah, I think I'm kind of screwed here no matter what I do with the staff member, because since he got the increased proficiency, he's now gonna lose his bonus of some sort, I think. There we are. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, wait, this is so peak. Oh my god, this is huge. This is actually so huge, because if I can get a wormhole to this guy, I'm golden, because he stole some of my staff, so I need to get a wormhole to him. Oh, thank you for being stupid. He probably didn't think I was online because my profile is never online. I'm so ready for this shit. I need to make sure that I get a wormhole to him, though. I need to make sure. I really hope he doesn't pussy out, just jump off at the very end. Or at the very beginning. Because if he does, I'm screwed. Because then I can't get a wormhole. Unless he already got spotted, which case that's good for me. Because if he got spotted and didn't die immediately, if he's using quiet, I'm gonna fuck. I'm gonna fucking cry. Ah, shit. See, here we go. So he already got the nuke. Where is he? He's over there, I see him. I got your number, buddy. I'm gonna try to drag this out if I can. I don't think he cares at this point. Oh, piss off. Oh, this is annoying. How the fuck did he do that? I can hear him. Stop that shit, bro. The laggy ass? What are you doing, bro? I wonder if he just used that shit by accident. Like, what? I'm kind of confused by his strategy here. I really shouldn't dick around too much. Please tell me I got a wormhole for that. He got my nuke. That's mine. I need the wormhole. I need it. Yes! Oh, this is so huge. This is so peak. I gotta make sure that he doesn't have my nuke, though, because, I mean, he definitely does, but I gotta make sure that he doesn't still have it when I go to infiltrate him, because that's not gonna be good. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why I thought that I wasn't gonna get it. I don't care that I lost the nuke. Whatever. Seriously? The fuck? Is someone blocking him? If he's being like, if he's gonna do some shit like this. Bro, what are we doing here? Can we be so for real right now? Can we be for real right now? Seriously. What are we doing? Come on, bro. Because he knows that I can core him. He knows that I can ghost him. He knows that I can do it. And I have the blockade right now. So I can sit on this as long as I want. And I got 30 days on this shit. I don't need to do it now. I don't know. I don't really like letting these wormholes go because, you know, I have staff in there that I need to get back. We are diamond dogs, indeed. But there isn't really a whole lot I can do about it now. I don't know. I think what I should do is I should probably set my... What is his proficiency? Oh man, this is some bullshit. See? And he got nothing. He got absolutely nothing here. Fuck this guy, bro. Useless ass staff member, bro. I get a 2 times bonus in like... Nope, not that guy. Jesus! Oh my lord, if I got rid of Salamander, fuck. The bonus goes down to like nothing. And the...
Heading to FOB.
the skills barely go up at all. Why did I visit my... whatever. Yeah, that guy was super laggy. I don't know what that was about. And see, it was weird. His base is like fully maxed out, and he did core me in stealth, which I was kind of impressed by. But the loadout that he uses is very like, I think he's got the gas pistol, and then I saw he had a shotgun and the Brennan or the Serval or something like that. That kind of a loadout specifically is very like proficient ghosters that know what they're doing do not use that loadout, is all I'm gonna say. People like me and John and Silver, you never see them use that loadout because the idea is that you're not destroying anything, you know? And that's the problem. And to be fair, I did have a nuke, so I was gonna get an alert no matter what. So in that regard, yeah, I don't get that. I don't get that. I see people doing it, like the random bases that I support will sometimes have like people attack them and trying to do stealth, and they're always using the shotgun and the gas pistol and the sniper rifle. And I'm like, don't do that because you're sending a defender alert. And that's the reason why I play the way that I do, is because if you send a defender alert, like, yeah, you're doing stealth, but it's so much easier to send an alert to the defender than it is to get spotted. It is so easy to send a defender alert, like ridiculously easy. I think this guy, there's something sus about this guy. I don't trust this guy because, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at his staff count, and it's like 20 staff members. His FOBs are completely built. Level 7. I wonder if he, like, reset his save or something. I don't know. Something about this is suspicious. Because I don't know. Insurance, is it really? Oh, yeah, I guess that could make sense. He really got insurance. He got insurance, and he's blocking his base. If I didn't know any better, I'd say that this guy's in the chat right now. Hi, 10 of Spades. How's it going? Can you please open your base? I want to get my staff back, please and thank you. Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd say that guy was in the chat right now. Monitoring me. Anyway, I don't know. I guess I don't really have a whole lot else to do. I mean, and see, this is the thing. Is like, when people steal staff from me, it's kind of funny. Because, like, bruh. Look at my brig, bro. look at my brig. Okay? I'm really not hurting for high-level staff members. In the slightest. But if somebody takes staff from me, I obviously want them back, you know? Come on. Although, no, if he had reset his save... Yeah, I think insurance is probably the most likely. But, see, what's weird to me is I feel like insurance wouldn't change the total number of staff that he has. It wouldn't affect the total number of staff he has. Because if you look at the if you look at the display in the corner, it shows, oh, you know, he's only got a couple of staff there. The S++ and the S ranks, you know, those are all blocked off because if you have insurance, then the game basically, yeah, it hides all of them, right? But I feel like that wouldn't eliminate the, it would still show the total amount of staff that you have with those still included, but I have no clue. Yeah, you're probably right. Yeah, yeah, that makes sense, I guess. So this base is good. This is what I should do. Wait a minute, what am I doing? I should just go through and select all of these. That, I need to get rid of that. Spike. That's not good. ABZ. I think a lot of these are significantly worse than I figured. Because I went by, when I selected them, I went by the grade of the PF, which is really, like, inconsistent. Like, you can have a super high PF grade, and your base will be, like, completely, like, worthless. Oh, not necessarily worthless, but just not very developed. And those people usually don't have very good... Those people usually don't have very good quality indirect wormholes to people. Well, honestly, I think that'll probably do it for me. I'm glad I kind of made something out of nothing. I'll be coming back for this guy. There's a bounty on his head. If you're a supporter of me and you can get into his base and get my staff back, by all means, go right ahead. Please and thank you. Because if I can get into his base without having to worry about, like, staff, that'd be great. Because whenever I lose staff to somebody and then I ghost them to get them back, I always get, like, nervous, and I'm like, my anxiety goes through the roof, and it is not very fun in general. So if that guy opens his base and you want to give him... You can't infiltrate, yeah. But yeah, in general, if anybody wants to give him a friendly visit, that would be awesome, because I could certainly use the assistance in getting my staff back.
Select unit. Staff assigned.
I mean, yeah, if you want to... Oh, it's open now? Oh, shit, seriously? Oh, you're holding it? Oh, okay, cool, 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 cool. How nice of you. Thank you, Soulblade. I appreciate that very much. Truly, look at this. 23 staff members that I can rescue. I just really need to not shit the bed here, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to. Dude, I'm good at this, okay? I'm good at this. This is fine. Don't deploy with the wrong loadout. You have exams in the next 4 hours. Ouch, bro. Okay, so we're pushing it a little bit longer. I'm pushing the stream a little bit longer. I have a job to do. I should record this shit.
Successfully sneak your way into the heart of the rival PF's FOB, and you can take back the staff they captured.
I don't know if the video would pick up my... I hope this doesn't drop my frames like crazy, because I am streaming and recording at the same time, but... I don't really remember how this guy's... I know where he has a sneaky little camera. I know that dirty little secret. Farm my espionage. I'm in flow state right now. Trust. Yeah, well, a little too late for that. Yeah, I could have just completely gotten past those guys, to be honest, but I'm such a whore for espionage points. I need them. I live for them high scores. And go down. Yeah. I know where he has a mine, or a camera, I mean, on the core deck, the bridge leading to the core deck, I should say. I know where he has one. But see, this is the thing, is that it's just... Ah, shit. See, I think the stream is suffering now. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, live streamers. I'm so sorry, live stream viewers.
Clouds approaching.
Tragic. What do I do? I don't want to stop recording. Fuck.
Extraction arrived at Mother Base.
Okay, sorry about that. I was like silent, and I was like, I know the stream looked like shit. I apologize. I really wanted to record that. I only got 150k. Not too terribly happy about that. I got my staff back though. That's what we care about. That's what we live for. That's what we live for. Hopefully things are a little bit better now. I know that was like a genuine like PowerPoint presentation. I apologize. Oh, okay. Well, that was a good note to end it off on. Got that squirt. See, that was the guy that I really wanted to get my people back from, because he cored me in stealth, I think. I don't even really know how. I mean, you know, it was stealth, obviously, so. Yeah, it was this one. This is what bugged me, is he went on one of my incomplete platforms. Like, tisk, bro, come on. You're better than that. I mean, well, you know what, maybe you're not better than that, but you should be better than that. I guess it's not really fair for me to assume that everybody's skill level is better than mine. Or at my level, I mean. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I know the stream quality sucks. I'm sorry. I don't know what to do. I stopped recording everything. Is it better now? Maybe? It looks like the frame rate's better. Okay, thank God. There we go. Was my audio coming through okay, or was that also choppy?
Please specify.
Could you at least hear my minimal narration during that time, or no? I've seen you scroll. Oh, you just gotta hold down on, like, D if you're on keyboard and mouse. That makes it go faster. So you go there. So that's me pressing, and then if you hold down D, it'll, like, zoom through. It'll fast forward it. I don't think there's a way to slow it down. But yeah, this is the thing, is he went for my incomplete platform, and he stole a ton of staff from it, and he never got spotted. Which, you know, I guess, bro. You know? It was just annoying because, you know, like I said, it was the incomplete one. And oh, that's so funny how all of those are on the same plane. A little silly. Yeah, and he went for the, I didn't even notice that, but yeah, that was the incomplete one again. I don't know. Maybe it's not fair to say that this guy... Again, my point that I was trying to make is it's not fair for me to assume that this guy is, like, at my level of skill. And therefore he would be able to infiltrate full platforms. Yeah, it's crazy, dude. There's, like, all kinds of tiny details. And it's not the kind of details that you'd see in the clickbait YouTube thumbnails, let me tell you that. But yeah, this was the thing, is that he went for the incomplete one both times. I don't know if there's a way to do it on controller. Maybe you just want to hold down on the D-pad. Well, shit. I mean, I have my PlayStation controller right here. I could try to do it now. I don't actually know if it works, but might as well give it a crack. Yep, you just got to hold down on the D-pad. I don't know if it... No, the stick doesn't seem to do it. Yeah, it's just the... You just gotta hold right on the D-pad. It looks... God, using a controller in this game is so, like... I love how the icons look, but I suck at using a controller in this game, which is ironic considering I used to play this game on controller exclusively, but I can't do it now. I genuinely cannot do it. It's so fucking impossible. Some things are controller only, like looking around with eye. Yeah, you can like do that, right? Because your camera is tied to only one axis in on keyboard and mouse, but on controller looking and moving are two different things. I don't know why that doesn't work on keyboard. That's kind of goofy to me. Because, I mean, well, you can't minimize the iDroid here because you're not in an actual game, but whatever. Anyway, I hope that recording actually got decent FPS, unlike the stream. I apologize for that. Got my staff back. I only got like 150 espionage. I think I mentioned that. I wasn't too happy about it, but like I said, I didn't really care about the espionage. I was really just there for the staff, you know. I could have gotten a better score. I could have. And that was kind of... To be fair, though, this is the thing, is espionage... The last thing that I'll talk about, espionage is honestly getting good espionage scores, is actually really tied to the type of FOB that you infiltrate. The type of FOB, the layout of it, and also the type, right? So, like, R&D is good for... R&D is really easy to ghost. Well, not easy, but it's popular for ghosting. And I think that's usually because when you get to the core, it's the big superstructure, it's the big citadel, and so there's not a lot of guards moving around. It's a lot easier to hit people. Stuff like combat, stuff like base dev, intel, those ones are really not as easy to ghost, in my opinion. Intel, I hate doing intel. It sucks. I think that one specifically is... It's hard for the wrong reasons. I think intel is hard to ghost, not because it's like... What am I trying to say? Not because it's like designed to be difficult to ghost. It's difficult because it feels a little unfair in my opinion, but that's a conversation for a different time. But you get the most espionage when your route through the FOB has a lot of guards in your path, and not just in your path, but in your line of sight. Line of sight is a big thing, because if you can see the guards, you can spot them earlier and you can take them out. And the most important thing about stealth is taking out the guards before you get to them. It's all about being preemptive. Yeah, and intel is just not really... It's like... Intel is like Command and R&D had a baby. And it's just not good in either way, because neither of those are terribly... Command is a bit difficult to ghost, in my opinion, but that's usually just because Command has a bunch of cameras and stuff in that condensed area. That's the same issue with Intel, is that it has a lot of cameras and a lot of UAVs. The fact that Intel has UAVs inside the Citadel is so stupid to me, and I hate that with a passion. Anyway, point is, the essence of stealth is take down the guards before you get to them, because if they're down, then you don't have to worry about them. Then you just get right past them, right? I think I see a lot of people doing stealth where they only take down guards as they encounter them. You can do that. I'm not trying to tell you how to play, but in my opinion, that's not going to yield the best results in terms of ghosting and in terms of stealth, because you're going to be more stressed out. You're going to be more pressured. They're going to be in your face, and you're going to have to be really quick and decisive with how you take them out if they're up in your face. So And you're also not going to get as much espionage because you're going to start to rely on the gas pistol more because they're in your face and you're like, I want them out of the way now. I'm not going to take the time to aim at their face and shoot them in the head. I want them out. I'm going to use the gas pistol, right? But from a longer distance, you are able to take them out with a sniper because they're usually just kind of sitting around. They're a lot easier to see. You get more espionage that way because of you're shooting them with the actual gun, you're getting the headshot, and you're also potentially getting the tactical takedowns. But the point that I'm making about the layout of the platform and the type of platform is some platforms are more open than others. Base dev is an example of that. There's more guards moving around on the core deck, so there's a lot more opportunities for you to take people down, hence more espionage. And that specific base dev layout, if you saw, the towers that the guards are stationed on were not really in my line of sight. And that's like two or three guards every single platform, one or two guards on every single platform, on every single deck, I mean, that's going to be on those towers if it's a sniper base. So if you're not able to see those towers, they're not able to see you, but you lose out on a little bit of espionage there. So I'm doing a lot of explanating. Yeah, I'm doing a lot of over explanation, but basically because that base dev was laid out in the way it was, I didn't have line of sight to a lot of guards, and the ones that I did have line of sight to, I took them down, but I could have taken down more had I had a better line of sight. Anyway, rant over. Stream's done. Ending the stream now. Thanks everybody for stopping by. Thank you for bearing with the 4 FPS last infiltration. I hope that'll look better when I put it up on YouTube. Have a good day or night wherever anybody is. For me, it is very much nighttime. Yeah, I will be doing this again sometime, eventually. I know I've been pretty inconsistent with the streams, but I just haven't had a whole lot of reason to, in my opinion. But anyway, I'm just stalling for time. Have a good one, everybody. See you next time.